So performed in Manchester and then performed in London. One of the people that I met on Shabbat, a rabbi named Danny, on Saturday had me in mind for a friend of his. And on Monday morning, after doing my show on Sunday evening, I got a text from him and he said, "Are you in the airport right now? Are you at the El Al counter?"
I get emotional every time I come to El Al.
I have a friend who's actually about to board the same plane as you. Look out for him. So I looked out for him and we actually got set up in the airport, and he's a wonderful guy. That was one of the funniest setups I've ever had. It was 6:45 in the morning and I was in my t-shirt and pajama pants and my hat and my glasses and no makeup. And so I quickly put on some lipstick, threw my hat off, threw off my glasses, tousled my hair a little bit, and I'm sitting next to this guy who I got set up with. Lovely guy, just not for me. But he was such a quality guy that we wound up having dinner together in the airport in Tel Aviv that evening. He was so kind to take videos of me all over the city when we were in Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem. We volunteered for the Nova survivors together in Tel Aviv the following day. I took him to my friend's dinner. We also went out on my birthday, and he's just a lovely quality guy. We weren't for each other, but we'll be friends forever. The other weird thing.
He and I were assigned seats right next to each other on the same flight. And we took that flight to Israel.
The only reason why I had a place to stay in Israel because of my dear friend Joe, whose parents are saints. And 7-8 years ago, the last time I had been in Israel, they let me stay with them for the same amount of time during the same time of year, during the 3 weeks, which is like this ominous time in the Jewish calendar, which is the 3 weeks of mourning. We mourn the Jewish people passing through World War I and World War II, and just the destruction of the temple, the one that has been destroyed twice now for thousands of years. We only have one wall of it called the Wailing Wall or the Kotel in Jerusalem. They're so kind that they let me stay with them. The wife's name is Hannah and the father is Papa Gershon, and I adore them. And thank you so much, Joe. I happened to reach out to my friend Shayna, who is an amazing human being who lives in a place called Neve Daniel. And I reached out to her weeks earlier, and she had set up this beautiful evening for women only in Neve Daniel. These are mothers of soldiers. These are friends and family of people who had passed away in not only October 7th, but during the Gaza war. They really wanted to laugh, and they got their laughter.
Oh, I haven't had a band here since 1983.
Sometimes when I perform my show, it's funny. And sometimes when I perform a show, it's more on the sad side. It really depends on the audience and also me and like my mood. And of course there's comedy in the show, but
Cancel you, shove you, poke you on a Facebook. You ain't shouting us because they feel like yesterday doesn't.
But this particular night, we all laughed so hard and there was so much improv. In fact, the lights went out at one point. The generator conked out in the middle of the show. And
Yes, I do. Calm down.
I was playing Janice from Detroit, Michigan, and I just rolled with it. And I thought, okay, well, we're towards the end of the show, so only 2 other characters will not be well lit. Unfortunately, have to lose the video, but I'm going to make the best of it. And I didn't panic because I know everything is from God. And so I just rolled with it and pretended as if the lights went out at Costco, because that is where Janice does her scene, and people loved it. Thank goodness there were people in the audience in all these countries that knew the references like Costco, and they can understand. There were 8 different voices from North America, ones from England. They're just so distinct, and they really got the jokes, thank God. So, but I felt my dad carrying me through all of these places. Then first 2.5 weeks that I was in Israel, because it was during the 3 weeks of mourning, and you can't really go to shows or perform shows unless it's for your parnasa, for your income. But I chose not to perform. I chose to volunteer every day in multiple ways. So I sang at the cancer center in the middle of town in Emek. I sang for the caretakers, but also for cancer patients. I went to the hospital with my friend and Rebbetzin Lynn Finson. Went to Shaare Zedek together, the hospital. And by the way, the hospital is full of Jews and Arabs alike. There are Arab doctors, there are Arabs and Muslims and Jews, not only working on patients together, but also receiving beautiful hospital care in Israel. And it was just another reminder that Israel is definitely not an apartheid state. It's a democracy, and everyone should feel welcome in Israel. A lot of people feeling very welcome there, even though we were in the middle of a war. So I got to do prayers with small groups of women throughout Israel. And then, of course, after the 9 days of the 3 weeks, meaning when you're ready to perform again and go to performances. Shayna invited me up to Neve Danielle, and I performed for the most amazing women's group. I stay with the most amazing family in their gorgeous guest quarters overlooking this beautiful canyon. I got to swing in this really cool canopy chair to spend time with my friend Hannah, the woman who I was staying with in Jerusalem, and I was able to take her to lunch in Alon Shvut. And we ran into some female soldiers there, which was wonderful, and I got to wish them well and bless them.
Your authenticity and your amazing passion and talent. I loved all the characters, funny and vibrant and so inspiring. Your message is so amazing.
I think you're absolutely terrific, and I think you are really something terrific. I fell in love with you, and I want to give you a hug.
You did something for us tonight. You have no idea. It wasn't just that you need to be an actress. We needed to be in this audience and hear you because we are going through a very rough time. And thank you for giving us something so wonderful and positive. Thank you.
I think you were superb. I think you are authentic. I think you are beautiful inside and out. And you gave us what we needed tonight. Thank you.
You should go from strength to strength. Yashikach, honor to you. The way you express yourself and able to say things to people and be so many people at one time. You really, Yashikach, I can't begin to tell you how much I learned from you. All the different parts of you.
I loved your show. First of all, it was amazing. I love the idea of Avat Chinam, which is going to bring Mashiach. We all know that.
So much appreciation for the show and for what we saw and for what you did. First of all, we'll start with the fact that you can do so many accents. I'm so jealous. I want to do that too. Oh, look, I did it too. And just the idea that everyone is fascinating gives me so much inspiration to just put my phone down and start talking to people. So thank you so much, Barbara. Thank you so much.
The honesty and authenticity that came out with each and every one of your characters, I was blown away, and I'm no stranger to theater and no stranger to human beings and talking to strangers and looking into people's cars and wondering, gosh, what's the story of their life? They must have one. I have one too. And you captured so much so well in like a short amount of time. I wanted to spend even more time with each of your characters to know more about them and to know more about the next person. I love how you tied each of your characters together. And it says so much about you as a person, as an observer. You lit all of our lamps tonight. And thank you so much, Barbara. May you be blessed with so many more opportunities to keep spreading your light. And
thank you for those phenomenal characters. Thank you for your beautiful humor. Thank you for coming here, for not being afraid.
I did think you were wonderful and amazing, and you're a great actor.
All right, Shayna, what'd you think?
Amazing show.
Thank you for all your hard work. You're amazing.
Thank you so much for coming. Everybody really enjoyed it.
Okay. They stayed till the end of the Q&A, which was like another show. Thank you so much.